I have to tell you bad news before I can tell you good news. You see, sin is not safe in God's presence. God will destroy our kingdoms that we build to protect ourselves from his righteous judgment. And as C.S. Lewis beautifully gets at, as the kids are going to meet Aslan, they ask, is he safe? Well, who said anything about safe? Of course he isn't safe, but he's good. He's the king, I tell you. You see, the promise made to Ahab for worshiping Baal would come to completion here in Hosea's time. God would destroy the false worship of Baal in the very place that Israel worshiped Baal, the Valley of Jezreel. You see, as we continue to build our own kingdoms, God will destroy them. He will tear them apart brick by brick because he's not interested in our false worship. So how does the book of Hosea point to Christ? Christ is this true Son of God, just as Jezreel is Hosea's. And Christ by his blood will set his people free from the false idols that they worship. And though they have been unfaithful, Christ has been faithful, even to the point of death on the cross. You see, Jezreel means God's sows, referring to fertility of the land, the abundance of life. And in John 15, verses 1 through 17, Jesus teaches us that life is in him, that in him is the abundance of life, in him is love. On Christ, the wrath of God is poured out for the sins of those who believe in him. And just as the Valley of Jezreel would be the place in which God's wrath is poured out against sin, Christ is the place in which God's wrath is poured out on sin for our sin. You see, those of you who do not belong to Christ, who are not sons and daughters, you're not adopted in the same way, but you can be. It's by faith and faith alone, through grace alone, by Christ alone, that you can be saved. You can know a Father who loves you, who isn't safe, but who is King.